what is being shown here on the screen? As in what this building is called and where it is located? Yes, you are right. This is called the Red Fort. And you must have seen this on your trip to Delhi. That is, this is the Red Fort that is situated in Delhi. Now you must be questioning, why are we suddenly talking about Delhi? What brings us to a discussion on Delhi? Let's find that out. Delhi is a very important city in today's India. You know why it is. Because New Delhi is the capital city of the independent nation, that is India. So, New Delhi is a very important city. It is the center of power. Our Prime Minister, along with several government officials, bureaucrats, live in Delhi. And it is from this center of power that they control the country. A similar pattern was existent in Delhi during the medieval period. Now, this must get you questioning, what happened in the medieval period? That is, what happened in Delhi during this medieval period? Who were the rulers? And what kind of governance did they have? So, let's find that out. It is very important to note that 5 great dynasties ruled Delhi between 1206 and 1526. What were these 5 dynasties together called? These were called the Delhi Sultanate or the Sultanate of Delhi. Now you must be questioning who these sultans were. What was the name of these dynasties? Let us enumerate the 5 dynasties that together made up the Delhi Sultanate. First and foremost on our list comes the Mamluk dynasty. This Mamluk dynasty, or the slave dynasty as it was also called, ruled from 1206 to 1290. One dynasty came after the other immediately, and together they formed the Delhi Sultanate. Which dynasty followed the Mamluk dynasty? It was the Khalji or the Khilji dynasty. This dynasty ruled from 1290 to 1320. The third dynasty that comes up on our list is the Tughlaq or the Tughlaq dynasty. This dynasty ruled from 1320 to 1414. By seeing the dates, you must be understanding that one dynasty was immediately followed by another dynasty. And which dynasty followed the Tughlaq dynasty? It was the Sayyid dynasty. And when did this dynasty rule in India? This dynasty ruled from 1414 to 1451. And last but not the least was the Lodi dynasty. This dynasty ruled from 1451 to 1526. So, from the period between 1206 that marks the establishment of the Delhi Sultanate and 1526 that marks the end of the Delhi Sultanate, these period together comprises the period of the Sultanate of Delhi. Now, who were the rulers of these dynasties? How did they come to India? How were they ruling India and how did they establish their own centers of power? Let us begin our discussion with going back to an era that was before the establishment of the Delhi Sultanate. Delhi is a very important city in today's India, and we already discussed why. It is because it is our capital city. That is, New Delhi is the capital of India. Now, this was not the case prior to the 6th century. Delhi wasn't a very important city back then. It is after this period that Delhi slowly started gaining importance. And in the 12th century, Delhi became a major city. That is, Delhi became a center of power. With the establishment of the Delhi Sultanate in the 13th century, Delhi was slowly transformed from a major city to a capital city. But what engendered this transformation of Delhi from a major city to a capital city? And under whose rule did Delhi start gaining prominence and importance? Because we just talked about the fact that Delhi was slowly gaining importance before the 12th century, and the 12th century witnessed Delhi as a major city. Now what was happening in Delhi, or for that matter, what was happening in this entire area during this medieval period? Let us find that out. Before the establishment of the Delhi Sultanate in the 13th century, the Tomaras and the Chauhans ruled Delhi. This is the city of Delhi, as you can see on the map. And the Tomaras were in charge, or they were ruling Delhi. After the Tomaras, the Chauhans gained control of Delhi. Now who were these Tomaras and Chauhans? You must be questioning this. Now let us find out who these Tomaras and Chauhans were. The Tomaras between the 8th and 12th century ruled certain parts of the present day Delhi and Haryana. So these were the rulers over Delhi and Haryana from 8th to 12th century. Now what happened immediately after? Soon after this period, the Tomaras or the Tomara Rajputs were defeated by the Chauhans of Ajmer. A while ago, we saw that the Tomaras were ruling over Delhi. And after that, the Chauhans of Ajmer took control of Delhi. And how did they do that? They did that by defeating the Tomaras. So, in the middle of the 12th centuries, the Tomaras were defeated by the Chauhans of Ajmer, who now came to power in Delhi. Now, when I mentioned the Chauhans, I suppose one name is coming to your mind. Yes, it is the name of Prithviraj Chauhan. He was one of the most prominent and well-known kings of the Chauhans. We just discussed that Prithviraj Chauhan was a very well-known king of the Chauhans. And it is under his rule that Delhi was transformed into a major commercial center. What does that mean? That means that slowly, with gaining importance, major traders from all across the country came to Delhi to trade. And it is on account of the trade that was being conducted in Delhi, Delhi now became a commercial center. We talked about how Delhi was not very important prior to the 6th century. And under the rule of the Chauhans in the 12th century, Delhi gained importance and became a major city. To facilitate trade, coins called Dehliwal were minted and circulated in this region. These coins helped trade to be conducted in this area. Under the able leadership of Prithviraj Chauhan, Delhi became a major commercial center. But that was not the end of it. Why is it so? Because soon after, the power over Delhi was changed. And how did this change take place? Muhammad Ghori from the Ghurid dynasty of Afghanistan invaded Delhi in 1191. So, it is from this Afghanistan that Muhammad Ghori came to Delhi to invade and take control of the city. With this, he established the Ghurid dynasty. The area that is marked in pink on this map shows you the extent of the Ghurid dynasty. Now, how did Muhammad Ghori suddenly come to India? And was it very easy for him to establish this Ghurid dynasty in India? To understand that, we have to briefly talk about how battles took place between Prithviraj Chauhan and Muhammad Ghori. In the year 1191, Muhammad Ghori came from Ghazni to take siege of Delhi, and on his way he captured Sirhind. Prithviraj Chauhan, the ruler of Delhi and Ajmer, gave a tough fight, and what followed was the first battle of Tarain. What happened after this? Muhammad Ghori was severely injured and he was defeated. He had to go back to Afghanistan. But this wasn't the end of it. In 1192, along with Afghan and Turkish troops, Muhammad Ghori again came from Ghazni to Tarain. Here took place the second battle of Tarain in 1192. Prithviraj Chauhan was defeated and captured. The end of the Chauhan rule made way for Turkish rulers to establish themselves under the Delhi Sultanate. We just understood how the second battle of Tarain that took place in 1192 was a very decisive battle. Why? Because Prithviraj Chauhan was captured and killed. This marked the end of the rule of the Chauhans in the northern part of India. And with this, rulers of Turkish origin came to India to establish themselves under the Delhi Sultanate. Now let us jog our memories back to the beginning of this lesson. We have already discussed that the Delhi Sultanate was here in India from 1206 to 1526. Now let us go over the names of these 5 great dynasties. The first dynasty on this list was the Mamluk dynasty that ruled from 1206 to 1290. This was immediately followed by the Khilji or the Khalji dynasty that ruled from 1290 to 1320. Following this came the Tughlaq or the Tughlaq dynasty that ruled from 1320 to 1414. After this came the Sayyid dynasty that ruled from 1414 to 1451. And the last dynasty that was in power under the Delhi Sultanate was the Lodi dynasty. And when did this dynasty rule? This dynasty ruled from 1451 to 1526. Together these 5 great dynasties made up the Delhi Sultanate or the Sultanate of Delhi. Now I suppose lots of questions are coming to your mind. Who were the rulers or sultans under these dynasties? How did they manage to establish their rules in India? Considering that these were foreign powers because the Delhi Sultans were of Afghan and Turkish origin, how easy or difficult was it for them to establish their dynasties in India? How did their dynasties rule? And what systems of governance were existing during these dynasties? It is these discussions that we will be dealing with in our subsequent lessons. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon. You can also register for free at DeltaStep.com or download the DeltaStep app to learn one-to-one with our amazing teachers or to get access to all our 5,000 plus amazing videos as per your school syllabus. Master each topic with our adaptive practice technology. Get million plus questions with step-by-step solutions and unlimited mock tests. Get all your doubts resolved instantly. Learn via games and win amazing prizes like PlayStations and iPads. So at DeltaStep, learning is not just fun and easy, it's rewarding too. So register for free now.